again. Today we are going to be doing a Year 6 SATS practice paper. There are 3 maths papers in the exam. Paper 1 is arithmetic. Paper 2, which we are doing today, is reasoning, while paper 3 is also reasoning. So let's get started. So we see the instructions. There are 40 minutes to complete this test. Let's see how many minutes it takes for us to get. First question. William asks the children in Year 2 and Year 6 if they walk to school. The graph shows the results. Altogether, how many children don't walk to school? So, we can see the key here. We first see the key. The dark grey means walk to school, while the light grey means don't walk to school. So we add up the ones with the grey, the light grey. So the top of this one ends up at 110, while the top of this one ends up at 90. 110 plus 90 equals 200. The answer is 200. B. How many more Year 6 children than Year 2 children walk to school? So we see that the key here is the walk to school is the dark grey. So we'd subtract the dark grey Year 6 by the dark grey Year 2. We see that the Year 6 line ends up at 120, while the Year 2 line ends up at 70. 120 minus 70 equals 50. The answer is 50. Question number 2 of 1 mark. Circle the number that is 10 times greater than 907. 907 is written as 907. We have to figure out 10 times greater than this. As we know, 10 times greater means moving all the digits one place to the left. So here's the hundreds, here's the tens, and here's the ones, and also here's the thousands. We'd move each digit one place to the left. So the 9 goes here, the 0 goes here, the 7 goes here, and as a placeholder, another 0 goes here. The number is 9,070. So we look on the options and we circle 9,070. Number 3, 1 mark. Write the missing numbers to make this multiplication grid correct. 63 divided by 9 equals what? The answer is 7. 54 divided by 9 is what? It equals 6. 56 divided by 7 equals 8. The answer is this multiplication grid. Question 4, 2 marks. This table shows the heights of 3 mountains. How much higher is Mount Everest than the combined height of the other 2 mountains? So, we should add up these 2 heights and then subtract it by the Mount Everest height. We first have to find the combined height of the other two mountains. Here we have the addition. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. Carry over the 10. 8 plus 3 is 11. Plus the 1 is 12. Carry over the 10. 5 plus 1 is 6. Plus the 1 is 7. Now this is not our answer, since we still have to subtract this by the Mount Everest height. 8, 8, 4, 8. Subtract 7, 2, 3, 9 equals 8 minus 9 we can't do, so we do an exchange. 18 minus 9 is 9. 3 minus 3 is 0. 8 minus 2 is 6. And 8 minus 7 is 1. The answer is 1,609. Question 5. 2 marks. Complete this table with the missing numbers. One row has been done for you. As we can see, we have to add 1,000 more to the number on the left. 85 plus 1,000 is simply 1,085. Now we have to do the inverse because these two numbers are on the other side. 9,999. Subtract 1,000 is 8,099. 15,250. Subtract 1,000 is 14,250. The answer is our new table. Write number 6, 1 mark. Write these numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest. First we have to find out the non-whole numbers, the ones that are less than 1. We see we have 2 numbers that start with a 0. This means we have to target these numbers first. 0.328, though a bigger number in decimals than 0.96, is still smaller than 0.96 because the tenth digit is less than the tenth digit in the other number. We write 0.328 in our first box. Then we have the other number, 0.96. We write this in the next box. Now we go to the last two numbers, which are over 1. 1.253, though bigger in decimals by 1.9, is still less than 1.9 because 10th digit is less than the other number's 10th digit. So we write 1.253 in this box and write 1.9 in the other box. The answer is our new sequence. Number 7, 2 marks. Write the missing numbers. We have to figure out how there are 60 months in how many years. We know that there are 12 months in a year. 60 divided by 12 is obviously 5. So there will be 5 years in 60 months. There are 72 hours in how many days? We know that there are 24 hours in one day. So we shall do 72 divided by 24. We can start counting up in multiples and figure out that there are 3 24s in 72. There are 3 days in 72 hours. There are 84 days in how many weeks? We know that there are 7 days in 1 week. So we shall do 84 divided by 7. And as we know in our times tables knowledge, this is 12. There are 12 weeks in 84 days. Question 8, 2 marks. At the start of June, there were 1,793 toy cars in the shop. During June, 8,728 more toy cars were delivered. 9,473 toy cars were sold. How many toy cars were left in the shop at the end of June? We are told to show our method. First, we have to add the first two numbers because this is how many more cars were delivered. 8728 add 1793 is 11, we carry the 10. 2 plus 9 is 11. Add 1 is 12. We carry the 10. 7 plus 7 is 14. Plus 1 is 15. We carry the 10. 8 plus 1 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. So, now we have to subtract 9,473 from 10,521. 10521 subtract 9,473 equals 1 minus 3 we can't do, so we exchange. 11 minus 3 is 8. 1 minus 7 we can't do, so we exchange. 11 minus 7 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. 0 minus 9 we can't do, so we exchange. 10 minus 9 is 1. The answer to our question is 1048. Question 9, 1 mark. Take two shapes that have 3/4 shaded. In this question, we have to figure out how many boxes or rectangles or squares there are in the shape, and then find out in a fraction how many are shaded. So we see here that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rectangles in this shape. Now we figure out how many shaded rectangles there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 shaded rectangles. We have the fraction of 6 out of 8. 6 out of 8 is equivalent to 3/4. So we have our first shape. But remember, we still have to find the second shape. Here we find that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rectangles in this shape. And we find that there are 1, 2, 3 rectangles that are shaded. We get the fraction of 3 out of 6. This is equivalent to 1 over 2, which is a half. 1 over 2 is equivalent to 2 over 4, 2/4. This is not the same as 3/4, so this cannot be the right shape. Now we go to the next shape. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 squares in the shape. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares that are shaded. We get the fraction of 7 over 9. We see that this can hardly ever be simplified into a quarter, and visually this cannot be identified as 3/4, so this is not our shape. Here we shall just check this, just to see if this is really the right answer and we have not messed up. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 rectangles in this shape. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 shaded rectangles in this shape. So the fraction would be 12 over 16. This can be simplified into quarters by dividing each side by 4, which is 3 over 4, which is 3/4. This is our final shape. Question 10, 2 marks. Round 84,516 to the nearest 10. Here we have to look at the tens digit and the ones digit. 6 is over the number 5. So the number 1 would round up to a 2. The answer here is 84,520. Remember that once we have changed the value of the tens digit, that we create the ones digit as a 0. Round 84,516 to the nearest 100. Here we shall look at the hundreds column and the tens column. The tens column is less than 5, so the 5 would round down to keeping its original form. The answer would be 84500. Note how we still keep each other digit as a 0 after the hundreds. Round 84,516 to the nearest 1,000. Here we look at the thousands column and the hundreds column. The hundreds column is 5. So which do we choose? Round down or round up? Because this number is exactly 5, we shall round up. So the answer would be 85000. See how we keep all the digits past the column that has been chosen always remains as a 0. Number 11 is split into 2 parts, each with 1 mark. Here is a rule for the time it takes to cook a chicken. Cooking time equals 20 minutes plus an extra 40 minutes for each kilogram. How many minutes will it take to cook a 3 kilogram chicken? So first always note that the first point that is noted is not always the best option to choose first. 40 minutes for each kilogram is the first one we should choose in our calculation. For each kilogram is 40 minutes. We have 3 kilograms, so we shall multiply 40 by 3. We should know that the answer is 120, but still we have to add the extra 20 minutes to 120, which gives us the answer of 140. The answer is 140 minutes. What is the mass of a chicken that takes 100 minutes to cook? Now we have to use the inverse. So instead of choosing the 40 minutes to go first, we choose the 20 minutes to go first. And instead of adding the 20 minutes, we subtract the 20 minutes. 100 subtract 20 is 80. Now we do 80 divided by 40, since we multiplied the 40 here, which is obviously 2. The answer is 2 kilograms. Question 12. 2 marks. Here are diagrams of some 3D shapes. Take each shape that has the same number of faces as vertices. Note that faces means the flat sides of the shape, while vertices means the corners. Take each shape that has the same number of faces as the vertices. So, we calculate how many faces there are. So there shall be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this is hard to visualize, try to remember exactly that in a cube there are always 6 faces to the cube. Now we calculate the vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 vertices and 6 faces. These are not the same numbers, and so the cube cannot be the right shape. A square-based pyramid. There are how many faces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 faces in a square-based pyramid. Note that if this is hard to visualize, just remember in your head that there are always 5 faces to a square-based pyramid. How many vertices are there? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 vertices. There are 5 vertices. So this is one of our shapes. We tick the box. Here we have a triangular prism. How many faces are there? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 faces in a triangular prism. If this is hard to visualize, note again that there are exactly 5 faces in the triangular prism. How many vertices are there? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 vertices, but only 5 faces. Therefore, this is not one of our shapes. Finally, we have the triangular base pyramid. How many faces are there? There are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 faces. Again, if this is hard to visualize, remember that there are exactly 4 faces in a triangular base pyramid. How many vertices are there? There are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 vertices and 4 faces. Therefore, this is one of our shapes. We tick the box. (13) 2 marks. Ali and Jack buy some stickers. Pack of 12 stickers, £10.49. 12 loose stickers, 99p each. Ali buys a pack of 12 stickers for £10.49. Jack buys 12 single stickers for 99p each. How much more does Jack pay than Ali? First we have to figure out how much Jack pays for all the 12 stickers. We have to do the calculation. 99p multiplied by 12. 2 times 9 is 18. Carry the 1. 2 times 9 is 18. Plus the 1 is 19. We put a placeholder of 0 here. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 9 is 9. Now we add these two products together. 8 plus 0 is 8. 9 plus 9 is 18. Carry the 1. 1 plus 9 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. Now we have to subtract this by £10.49. How much Ali buys? £11.88 subtract £10.49 equals 8 minus 9 we can't do, so we exchange. 18 minus 9 is 9. 7 minus 4 is 3. 1 minus 0 is 1, and 1 minus 1 is 0. The answer is £1.39. Question 14. 1 mark. Amina planted some seeds. For every 3 seeds she planted, only 2 seeds grew. Altogether, 12 seeds grew. How many seeds did Amina plant? So we figure out that there are 2 seeds per each 3. We can do this in a ratio form. There are 3 seeds that she planted to 2 seeds that actually grew. We don't know how many seeds she planted, but we know how many seeds that grew. There are 12 seeds that grew. What do you multiply from 2 to get to 12? You multiply it by 6. Now we multiply 3 by 6, which gives us the answer of 18. The answer is 18. Question 15. 1 mark. At the end of a film, the year is given in Roman numerals. Write the year in MMVI in figures. In numbers, figures means. We know that in Roman numerals, M means 1,000. We have two M's, which means that there are two in the thousands column. VI, so V means 5 and I means 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. We get 2006. The answer is the year 2006. Question 16. 1 mark. Layla completes 1.5 somersaults in a dive. How many degrees does Layla turn throughout in her dive? She starts, we shall call this, as 0 degrees. She turns 360 degrees and another 180 degrees. 360 add 180 is 540. The answer is 540 degrees. Question 17. 1 mark. The vertices of a quadrilateral have these coordinates. One side of the quadrilateral has been drawn on the grid. Complete the quadrilateral. Use a ruler. We have to plot these points first of all. So, 1, 5 has already been drawn. 5, 4 has already been drawn. And the line in between them has already been drawn. Now we have to plot the other 2 points. 1 minus 3 is here. We always remember that the x-coordinate is always the first one, and then we do the y-coordinate, which is the second one. Then we do the last point in the quadrilateral. Minus 3, 4. We plot the point here. Now we draw the lines in between the points. We connect the line here, connect the line here, and connect the line here. We have this quadrilateral. As an extra question, can you figure out which type of quadrilateral this quadrilateral is? It is a kite. Question 18. 1 mark. A cat sleeps for 12 hours each day. 50% of its life is spent asleep. Here we know that 12 hours is half 50% of 24 hours a day. Write the missing percentage. A koala sleeps for 18 hours each day. There are so many percent of its life spent asleep. So we know that there are 18 hours out of the 24 hours in a day. We can simplify this too. So 18 divided by 6 is 3, and 24 divided by 6 is 4. 3/4, as we know, as a fact, is 75%. The answer is 75%. Question 19, 2 marks. Amina posts 3 large letters. The postage costs the same for each letter. She pays with a £20 note. Her change is £14.96. What is the cost of posting 1 letter? So, we know that she posts 3 letters and that she pays with a £20 note and her change is £14.96. First of all, we should note that the first point of information is not always the first one we should use in the calculation. Here we should use the last 2 points. £20 and 0 pence, subtract £14 and 96 pence equals 0 minus 6 we can't do. We carry on. We exchange, but there's no exchange here. So, we get it from another. But this doesn't even have an exchange either, so we get it from the other. We'd start exchanging 1 by 1. Here we've got our exchanges, which is quite messy. But this is what we have to do for the calculation. 10 minus 6 is 4. 9 minus 9 is 0. 9 minus 4 is 5. And 1 minus 1 is 0. This is not our answer, however, because we know that she posts 3 letters, and that's how much it is for all 3 letters together. And each letter costs the same amount. So what do we have to do? We have to divide £5 4 pence by 3. We shall do this in short division. There are 1 3s in 5. We carry on the remainder of 2 to the 0. There are 6 3s in 20. The remainder is 2, which we carry on to the 4. There are exactly 8 3s in 24. The answer is £1.68. Question 20, 1 mark. Adam says 0.25 is smaller than 2/5. Explain why he is correct. So, we have to write this in words. We know that. So we have to convert 0.25 into a fraction, or 2/5 into a decimal. 0.25 is the easiest to convert into a fraction. So we can write 0.25 equals 1/4. Full stop. 1/4 is the same as 5/20. Full stop. 2/5 is the same as 8/20. Full stop. 5/20 is less than 8/20. So, Adam is correct. Full stop. This explanation is our answer. Question 21. 2 marks. On a map, 1 centimetre represents 20 kilometres. We see it here. The distance between two cities is 250 kilometres. On the map, what is the distance between the two cities? So, first of all, we have to divide 250 by 20 to find out how many centimetres on the map there is. 250 divided by 20. A helpful note in division is that we can cancel out zeros. There is 1 0 in 20 and 1 0 in 250. We can cross both out and it will give us the same answer as 20 divided by 250. 2 divided by 2 is 1. We have no remainder. 2 divided by 5 is 2, remainder 5, remainder 1. We know that a remainder of 1 is 0.5. The answer is 12.5 centimetres. Question 22. 1 mark. Here are two similar right-angled triangles. What is the ratio of side A to side B? This may be a bit confusing because this is represented in diagonal lines, which is harder to measure than when there is straight lines on the lines of the squares of the grid. But this can be simplified. How many squares is we can, instead of using the diagonal lines, we can use any of the other two lines to make our calculation even more easier. There are 2 squares here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares here. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Why we do this is because we have to simplify the ratio. So now we know that the ratio for side B is 4, but we still need side A. So we divide the side A 2 by 2, which is 1. So we get the ratio of 1 is to 4. Question 23. 2 marks. In this circle, 1/4 and 1/6 are shaded. We can see in this diagram. What fraction of the whole circle is not shaded? So, first we have to find out how much altogether is 1/4 and 1/6. 1/4 is the same as 6 over 24. 1/6 is the same as 4 over 24. We add these two together to give us 10 over 24. Now we have to subtract 10 over 24 from a whole. A whole is the same as 24 over 24. Subtract 10 over 24 equals 14 over 24. Why we do this is because we have to simplify the ratio. So now we know that the ratio for side B is 4, but we still need side A. So we divide the side A 2 by 2, which is 1. So we get the ratio of 1 is to 4. Question 23, 2 marks. In this circle, 1/4 and 1/6 are shaded. We can see in this diagram. What fraction of the whole circle is not shaded? So, first we have to find out how much altogether is 1/4 and 1/6. 1/4 is the same as 6 over 24. 1/6 is the same as 4 over 24. We add these two together to give us 10 over 24. Now we have to subtract 10 over 24 from a whole. A whole is the same as 24 over 24. Subtract 10 over 24 equals 14 over 24. This simplified is 7 over 12. The answer is 7 over 12. This is the end of our test. It took me a little bit over 40 minutes, but this was because of the explanations. In the real test, we would probably be able to finish with some spare time on our hands. This spare time will be used to check our answers over. Bye guys, see you again next time.